Hi, I'm Danae Shanti, your spiritual midwife and intuitive. Welcome to Storytime, where we are practicing the Hero's Formula, 7 easy steps to find your inner hero. Sometimes on Storytime, I tell a story about something I've experienced, and I use the Storytime formula to demonstrate how I applied the formula to the situation. Today, the feeling is I want to address what's happening with children still being unable to go to public school or private school, still being on the computer a lot. Because it's not just the kids who are on computer, it's the parents as well. Chances are pretty good, unless you're a full-time parent, that a lot of the work you're doing is also on the internet. So I want to address this and see how we can apply the Hero's Formula to your situation. Now, I don't have a child that I'm doing that with right now. However, I have a lot of friends who do, and I'm seeing the energetics of what they're going through. So let's start with the formula. Who are you at the time? What is the predicament? How do you ask the universe for help? What kind of guidance do you get? What choices do you make based on your guidance? What actions do you take based on your choices? And what are the results you get? That's the formula. So let's see if we can apply it to those of you who are in the situation where you're on the computer a lot, whether you're helping your child with homework and schooling, or whether your job calls for this. Let's start. Who are you at the time? You're a person who's on the computer a lot, or you're parenting a child who's on the computer a lot. Now, I'm going to mostly talk about the children. However, everything I say applies to you as well, whether you have children or not, if you find yourself on the internet a lot. So who are you at the time? You're a child who's in school, you're not seeing your friends, you're not getting a lot of physical activity, and there's a lot of demand on your nervous system and your brain to take all of your schooling online. That's who you are, or you're the parent trying to help your child do that, or you're a person whose job calls for that. The predicament: the nervous system is not getting to relax at all. The predicament: stress and tension. The brain is not getting brain breaks. You're not getting outside to play if you're a kiddo or a parent. And if you're a parent, you have a lot of demand on you. On top of helping your kiddo, you're trying to keep income coming in as well. So the predicament is the physiology and the emotional and psychological states that you're all navigating. How do you ask for help? So this is very particular. As human beings, we tend to have a survival mechanism. We tend to think that we're alone in our plight with our challenges. And what's beautiful about being a human being is we are actually divine incarnate. We're actually having access to a brilliance and an expanded state of awareness and wisdom far beyond our personalities. So how would you ask for help in this situation? Let's say you're the kiddo. Depending on your age, you're going to have different ways to say this. So if you're a kiddo, you might say, what do I really want? What do I want to get out of this? Instead of, I hate being on the computer, I can't believe I have to do all this, I miss my friends. What is the positive possibility? What is your intention? How do you get through it? Well, maybe as the kid, you're going to say to yourself, I'm going to do 15 minutes of this assignment, and then I'm going to get up, I'm going to jump around, I'm going to run outside, I'm going to give my body everything it needs so I can get in my body and feel good, get some deep breath going, and let my brain relax and shake it off. Then I'm going to do another 15 minutes, and maybe after that 15 minutes, I'm going to do the same thing, or I'm going to give myself a reward, some positive reinforcement. If you're the parent, same thing. If you're helping your kiddo get through school, you also need brain breaks. Your nervous system needs to relax. What can you do to take care of yourself? So I'm going to invite you to trust the possibility that there's wisdom in your heart, that there's guidance that come in if you sit down and ask for help, and that your own insights will come to you to help you navigate your way through the tension of being on the computer for that long. Then your guidance will give you choices. Maybe your guidance says something like, We're going to go for a walk to the park and come back, and we're going to have smoothies and really rev up our energy. Then we're going to do some jumping jacks before we get back into work or schooling. See what sort of creative solutions your own guidance or your children's guidance can come up with. Let the right brain, playful artisan side of you take over for a little bit, and that will freshen the energy. Then you get choices. You get to choose from your guidance. What would you like to do out of the offering that's been given to you? And then what action do you choose to take? Out of all those choices, what feels the best? What makes you feel the best inside in your heart, in your mind, in your body? And then what are the results? Chances are good you're going to feel vivified and fresh and empowered to go another little bit of time. So my guides taught me something called segment intending. And what that looks like is you take the day in segments. If you have to break it down to 10-minute segments within an hour or 2-hour segments within a day, you set an intention for the period of time you're addressing. You make your intention really clear. Intentions are positive, directing energies that come up from within you, and you just set a goal or an intention for that small piece, and you accomplish that piece. This lets the body relax and has you move about with a feeling of success and victory. I did it. I got that done with. It's behind me. So segment intending is a wonderful practice for getting up in the morning. What's your goal from the moment you wake up until you're complete with breakfast, maybe if you eat breakfast? What's your intention? How do you want to experience that? Do you want to be nervous and anxious and pressured and rushed? Or do you want to slow everything down and move at a pace that feels nourishing to you? You have a lot of choices. So once again, with the Hero's Formula, we're looking at 7 easy steps to finding your inner hero. The inner hero is equivalent to your higher self, your inner guidance, your wisdom, what helps you to navigate your life in a more loving way. That's who your inner hero is. And you do have that within you. You're born with that. We're cultivating a relationship with that. So the conversation with your inner hero goes like this. Identify who you are at the time and the challenge that you're having. Identify that challenge as a predicament. It's a predicament. Don't take it personally. It's just stuff you're dealing with. How do you ask for help? Do you meditate? Do you pray? Do you walk? Do you write? How do you ask for help? What kind of guidance do you receive? How do you register that guidance? How do you know it's guidance? What are the choices you make based on your guidance? What are the actions you take based on your choices? And then what are the results you get? I'm very confident that if you start using the Hero's Formula, you will find your way through a lot of things that seem impossible, because your higher self, your guidance, has an eagle's point of view, and the personality, especially when it's contracted or worried, tends to have, like, we'll say, the turtle's point of view, right? What's right in front of its nose. You always want the bigger picture because it helps you see all the moving parts and you can see your way through. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, do feel free to email me. Here's my contact info. And I look forward to being with you each Sunday, 7 Mountain Time. And if you like what you're seeing and you're finding value in story time here on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. That way you'll get new videos when they come out automatically. Thanks for letting me accompany you on your journey here in 2021. Blessings to you.